Welcome to Spirits of the Roundtable, where the mystical meets the modern. I'm Kaylin.
I'm Miranda.
I'm Jacob.
And I'm Jonathan.
Let's get into it.
No, I'm good.
I'm good.
Don't taste it. No, okay, you don't
I
have
have
to.
my own tea with orange.
Maybe I need more orange. I don't know. But I don't want to eat all your orange.
Oh, no, these are cute.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Spirits of the Roundtable podcast.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, everyone. It's me,
It's you.
Jacob.
He's the
Jacob.
problem. It's him.
He's the problem. Is it the problem? Are you the problem? Yes.
You think I'm the problem?
You're always the problem.
What?
I'm just kidding. I love you.
I love you as well.
So welcome back to this week's podcast. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Wonderful.
I'm tired.
Yeah, we've had a little bit of a charmed marathon.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We started
that sounds
yesterday
great.
and continued until today.
I've never seen Charmed.
Into today. Oh, it's so... She hasn't seen it either.
Yeah, I've never
What?
seen
And-
it.
You've never seen Charmed?
No.
And I've not
Really?
seen it since it aired.
I should
20
watch
years
it.
ago, almost.
It used to be like because it used to play in the morning at like
Yeah.
5 or 6 a.m. and that was like what I would watch when I would get ready for school.
Were you like 6? Because it aired in 1998. So you were watching this when you were 6?
I was young
I
watching
was
it.
only 4 in 1998.
Wow.
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 I was 10.
I was 9. Mm.
Wow.
But I didn't watch
You
like,
can
the
tell
first
who
few
the grandparents
seasons.
are of the
I-
group.
Yeah.
Like, I watched the first few seasons on reruns, I guess. But I remember watching the probably last 3 or 4 seasons as it aired.
It's very interesting to see the 90s graphics and the 90s
Mhm.
effects.
Yes.
Yeah, their
Very
special
nice.
effects.
Yeah.
I bet they're wonderful.
They're
There's
pretty
something.
wonderful.
There's something.
Yeah.
I'm a 90s special effect.
You are very
You
special.
Definitely are special.
So today we want to talk about the upcoming
Mabon.
celebration that's coming up in a couple weeks. Actually, when is it? Next week.
Next week,
It's
yeah.
next week. Yeah. So today we want to talk about the Wheel of the Year, do a little bit of intro to the Wheel of the Year, and then we're going to talk about Mabon.
Mabon.
I'm probably going to call it the wrong thing because I'm so used to saying Mabon.
That's fine.
Same.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
go over that in the
Right.
intro. So, so first, let me find my notes. Do you have anything you want to add before we?
Well, you can cut this out if you want to
Okay.
because professional podcasts for professional people or whatever. But by the time this comes out, it will be later this week because this will come out on Tuesday. Mabon is this
22nd?
weekend. Yeah. 20 like the 20th through the 22nd, right?
Yeah.
yeah, so
somewhere.
it'll be
It's
this
like the
week.
start.
So
of
it'll be
Libra
later
season.
this week.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So, yeah. So this weekend is Mabon. So today we're going to talk a little bit about it and what it means, what you can do. So first, I'm going to give a little bit of an intro to the Wheel of the Year, and the Wheel of the Year will spark conversations for us in the future. So each time there's a new Sabbath that's coming up, we'll talk about what it means. The current Neo-Pagan Wheel of the Year is based on an ancient pagan seasonal festivals. And its present form was unknown before the mid-20th century. So even though these relate back to ancient festivals, it's mostly a newer thing to look at it as a whole. There's no place in Europe where all 8 festivals were observed by the ancient pagans. The modern Wheel of the Year is a mix of Irish, Norse, Anglo-Saxon, and Druidic celebrations. And
Fun fact,
yeah,
because I just want to interrupt here because I didn't know this until today. We're in the South, and everyone gets called a heathen if you don't go to your local Baptist church.
Yeah,
You're a
yeah.
heathen. And I
Proud
didn't
of
realize
it.
until today that heathen is actually a term. I don't know if it's still used.
it's technically a term for
Norse paganism.
pagans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
So if
Love
someone's
that.
calling you a heathen, that's referring back to the Norse pagans.
Yeah.
Although
I don't
nobody
know that
around
either.
here knows that.
No, and I don't know if that's still a term that's
That's funny.
used or if it's PC or whatever.
Yeah.
but-
Yeah. True. Yeah. My mom used to call me a heathen all the time when I wouldn't go to church. So
Yeah, that's
very,
hilarious.
very interesting. But so the Wheel of the Year will reference some of those things, but it kind of lacks historical authenticity. But it is a very useful,
widely accepted.
thing for pagans today. So when looking at the individual celebrations of the Wheel of the Year, we'll go through them. So the Irish cross quarter days, these are the ones that go back to ancient Ireland. So the pagans in Ireland would be doing these kind of festivals. First we have Samhain. That's when summer goes to rest, when the end of the harvest. There's Imbolc, which is when the ewes are milked at the beginning of spring. There's Beltane, which is the beginning of summer. And Lunasa, which is the earth's sorrowing in autumn. So that's in August. Those are the festivals that were important to the Irish. Then there were solstice festivals that were important to the Norse and Anglo-Saxons. There's no evidence that the equinoxes were celebrated in the rest of ancient pagan of Europe, but it's mostly important to Mesopotamian and Semitic religions. So it was kind of, the equinoxes were added into the wheel just to kind of get a full balance of what we're looking at. Here's where we get into kind of the controversial area of the Wheel of the Year.
Yay.
So
We love a good controversy.
the names that were given to these festivals in the Wheel of the Year specifically come back to this guy named Aidan Kelly. So Aidan Kelly, he's an American academic, and he's very influential in Wicca. So he took the names of the major quarter days, which were Samhain, Beltane, and Lunasa. Those are from the Irish sources, and he substituted the name Brigid for Imbolc, but most people still use Imbolc today. Nobody really
Yeah, I've
uses
not heard
Brigid.
the other one.
Me either.
And then for the solstices, he borrowed the Anglo-Saxon names Yule. That's more of a Germanic thing. Letha and Ostara. So those are what he borrowed from Anglo-Saxon. And then for the autumn equinox, which is what we're talking about today, he invented the name Mabon. So Mabon ap Modron is a deity in Welsh mythology that kind of has nothing to do with autumn. He doesn't have anything to do with the equinox, but Aidan Kelly saw the story and he thought that it kind of reminded him of the story of Persephone. But nobody in this Wheel of the Year they've not been using any sort of Greek mythology, so he didn't want to call it Persephone's equinox or anything.
Which
So
would have made so much more sense to me.
Yeah.
she loves
Yeah.
Persephone.
Persephone is my fave. I hyperfixated on the Greek mythology as a child, and Persephone was my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh.
So because his story kind of mirrored Persephone, in the 70s, Kelly added this name to the Wheel of the Year to kind of make it feel more balanced, right? So I'll give you a little bit of a background of Mabon. Okay, so Mabon ap Modron is a figure from Welsh mythology known as the divine son of Modron, a goddess that's often associated with motherhood. Mabon's story is central to the tale of Killig and Olwen in the Mabinogion. He was kidnapped at birth and imprisoned. He leaving his mother in sorrow. So his whereabouts remained a mystery until King Arthur's knights sought him out, as Mabon was prophesied to be the only one capable of helping Killig achieve his quest to win the hand of Olwen.
Oh.
So eventually, Mabon is found in a magical prison, freed by Arthur's men, and joins them on their journey as a figure associated with rebirth and light. Mabon's rescue also symbolizes the return of the sun after darkness. So
that's where Persephone comes in.
right. So this is kind of like the leaving of the light, which is when Mabon was kidnapped. So at this point of the year, Mabon has been kidnapped and the light is leaving.
No.
Back in this, when it comes to springtime, he'll return to his mother as Persephone will return from the underworld.
To Demeter.
Wow.
So around the autumnal equinox, many pagan traditions celebrate the harvest and the balance between the light and the dark, as day and night are of equal length.
And Libra season, which we're going into, is all about balance.
Balance.
That's why we have the scales. That's why I am a good balance.
You
So
are
we
good
have
balance.
Meg here is our Libran woman.
Mabon.
I've
Mabon.
kind of adopted this as like my birthday celebration.
Oh, it is.
Very, very much a Meg celebration.
Meg Symphony.
So a couple of
love
the other festivals that people celebrate around autumn. We've already talked about Mabon, which is the celebration of the second harvest. It honors the abundance of the earth and the gathering of crops. It's also a time for giving thanks, reflection, and preparing for the darker half of the year. The themes of balance, gratitude, and community are central to this celebration. Another festival is called Alban Elfid, which is also known as the Light of the Water. This is a Druidic tradition, and it's observing of the equinox. It celebrates balance and light and dark, and it gives thanks for the harvest. So we have a theme here.
It's very Thanksgiving.
Oh.
Celebrating the
Coded.
harvest.
Yeah.
We also have to mention Harvest Home, which in traditional paganism is a celebration of the autumn harvest.
That sounds
Again,
so cozy.
reaping of crops and storing food for winter. Communities come together and feast and share in the bounty of the harvest.
My kind of
We love
celebration.
that. Yeah, we love that.
Yeah. And I'll talk about this a little bit in a
Yeah.
minute, but it's like potluck season.
Oh, my
Yeah.
fave.
That's such a good season.
So cozy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you look at this festival, whether you call it Mabon or whether you call it an autumnal celebration, it is themes of gratitude, balance, and preparation for the winter months.
Grateful for you guys and winter months.
Oh, we're grateful for you.
Thanks.
Meg, what kind of things can we do around this time to celebrate?
So, let me get to my notes here.
Eat.
Again, it's very Thanksgiving-y, very,
Eat.
yeah,
Eat.
it's very like celebrating.
prep for the
your
winter.
harvest.
Make a Dublin coddle.
Yeah.
Back when we needed to store fat for the winter.
Yeah.
I do it year round now.
Same.
So yeah, very like focused on giving thanks for abundance and focusing on gratitude for the last season and then setting your intentions for the upcoming season. So a lot of focus on like letting go of what didn't serve you and like calling abundance to what you want to serve you in the coming year.
So we're letting go of
Yeah.
bad habits. Is that one thing we're letting go of? Because I got a lot.
Same.
I feel like we had this conversation back in the summer, maybe, about how everybody sets new intentions and stuff at the very beginning of the year.
The beginning of our calendar year.
Yeah, but I've always felt like it's this time of year where, like, when fall is coming, that's when I feel like I'm starting over.
Well,
And that feels like the beginning of a new year for me. And I think with the Wheel of the Year, it is, right?
Yeah, technically, Mabon is the last Sabbath of the year. So when Samhain comes around at the end of October,
That's the beginning
that's the
of
new year.
The new year, yeah. So again, a lot of focus on like balance and spiritual growth, personal growth, inward journey through the darkness coming into the light. So balance of that there.
And we all have our own darknesses. So this isn't just the
Right.
sun, right?
Yeah,
This
it's
personal.
Like a
It's a
personal.
Yeah.
personal journey, personal growth. Again, kind of mirroring, at least for me, Persephone's journey.
because
Right.
I mean,
Because I don't know much about
Mabon,
Mabon,
yeah.
the person.
When you look at the winter for a lot of people, it tends to bring up a lot of darkness.
Yeah.
You know,
No, I mean, I get the seasonal sads.
Mhm.
Like,
Same.
yeah, like,
The light, you don't get as much light. You go to work in the dark.
Mhm.
You go home in the dark.
Yeah.
I mean,
so I mean,
you're
the
in a
journey
dark
of
building all
winter
day. Yeah.
is not only, no crops, no sun. It's also sort of a darkness in the soul.
Yeah.
That this time right now,
which I think is why it's really important to focus this time of the year on
celebration.
reminding yourself of all the things that you do have.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Focusing on
thankful.
gratitude.
I need to work on that.
No, we all do.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I think that's
Um,
a never-ending journey.
Right.
So some of the ways that you can celebrate this season is just what I feel like the basic white people do for fall.
Well, white people do come from Europe,
Pumpkin
so
Yeah.
spice.
Yeah,
Pumpkin
Spice.
that like fall produce, pumpkins, apples, corn. When I was reading, I read that they used to make like dolls out of corn husks, and I
Yeah.
know that should be a thing, but for me, y'all know my issue with dolls. That seems
Oh yeah.
very creepy to me.
Dolly Parton had one. She has a song about it. Little tiny tassel top.
Corn husk
I love
Dolly?
you an awful lot. Yeah.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Little tiny tassel top. It's a
I
little
didn't know
song.
that Dolly did that.
Yeah, one day
Dolly's a pagan.
She is.
She probably is, honestly.
One
see
day
it.
I'll tell you guys the story about why I hate dolls so much, and it's not the Annabelle story.
That
Maybe
was-
we can do an
that
episode
was-
on
we should.
haunted dolls.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And then you
That
can
story,
talk
you should
about
add that
Poor
story
Meg.
in there though, because
Yeah.
it's funny.
It is a
but
funny
it's
story, but
not.
if we do an episode about that, I will be sleeping here that night.
it. Okay.
Aw,
Okay,
me too.
so decorating your
It's
home.
like I didn't agree to any of this.
Decorating your home is a big thing. Lots of greenery, especially like fresh greenery, fresh flowers. Wheat was a big thing. Corn, of course. Celebrating with a simple family meal,
Aw.
which again, potluck season.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Love a
and
potluck.
Me too.
I wonder if that's a no.
What?
We should probably cut this out. Why churches, the
No,
the
let's talk about
Christians adopted a lot of things from paganism.
Right.
Oh
Right.
Yeah.
They did. They
Potluck.
stole
Potlucks,
everything.
Potlucks are a big
They
thing in the
could
Baptist,
be.
Yep.
Southern Baptist.
They are.
I mean, I feel like you're onto something.
Yeah.
I said that the other day. That
But
the
I feel like that's
Christians
just people
stole
just
a
wanna
lot
eat.
of stuff from pagans.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well, we can
that's-
talk about that with each wheel of the year.
But I mean, also people got to eat.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
It
you
is.
know,
It's a
I
fellowship
don't know,
thing.
this-
It's
yeah.
a community
The
thing.
Southern Baptists, though, they like to eat.
Yeah.
Like
I always
really
love Betty
well.
Sue's homemade
Some
something or
of the
another.
best-
Peanut
some of the
butter
best
pie.
we had like the fifth Sunday and the fifth Wednesday, like potlucks. That was my-
Homecoming.
That was my
I mean,
favorite time.
I know
Oh,
this is
I
going
loved
to get
it.
really dark, and I don't like it, but like when my dad passed away, it was like the food
Oh.
that they brought
Yeah.
in abundance
Food all the
comforting.
was
time.
like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm an emotional eater, and I'm telling you, like those casseroles slap.
Mhm.
You ate good
I
after that,
could-
didn't you?
yeah. The whole casserole would be gone in one night, and my family wouldn't have had any of it. It
What
was
I
all
love-
me.
What I loved about it though was just the fellowship of it. Everybody
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
together and just everybody was
100%.
so happy and
Yeah.
Yeah.
just loving on
Cozy,
everybody and
lovey.
everybody wanted to give you hugs and
Yeah.
Mhm.
I hated that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Don't touch me.
I thought you liked hugs.
well,
I like hugs
I
from
do
certain
I do
people.
from people that I'm comfortable with. And now the church that I grew up in was everybody was very close, and I was really comfortable with a lot of those people.
Yeah.
But then there's also the people that you don't want,
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean,
there's always
that's
those.
true.
They
Yeah.
linger, the lingering hugs.
Yeah.
The lingering hugs from the old man in the church.
Oh, never experienced that.
Yeah. So another way is for people who are more like solitary. Journaling is a big thing, especially again back to gratitude, but also setting your intentions. So there are some like little rituals that we've done around that.
Setting your intentions for the bringing in the dark sort of thing, like
Yeah.
preparing yourself for that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
A bonfire, which I think we need to do more
We
of.
need to have
I
a
love
fire
that.
Yeah, that sounds
ASAP
good.
because
It's not cold enough yet.
well, no,
We got to give it a
the
few more
ASAP
weeks.
as a cold
hits.
Okay, so once the cold hits, then ASAP.
Then ASAP as a bonfire, please.
Okay.
I'd say in a couple weeks it'll probably be
Because
getting there.
your boy loves the fire.
A 4.
Yeah. And there's a reason why these were called like the fire festivals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fire symbolizes the end of summer and like the end of the summer light.
Yay.
Is that why Burning Man is always at the end of summer?
Well,
is that like
Fire festivals are a specific thing in the Celtic.
okay.
So this isn't technically a fire festival, but fire is part of
Fire is such a big
all of it. But I mean, think
symbol.
back.
Oh, yeah.
Think back when paganism was today, and that was fire was essential to your life.
Yeah.
right.
You had to use
cooked,
it every day.
It lit your home. It heated your home.
Yeah.
So fire will be a big part of pretty much every festival.
Yay.
It's also a great time to do house cleansing.
I feel like we do that year round.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there's
It's a nightly thing.
everybody focuses on like spring cleaning.
Cleaning, yeah.
Yeah, but also this is a really good time to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fall cleaning.
Yeah,
And I mean, let's also acknowledge those in the southern hemisphere that they are going into spring,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So the time of the equal, right, is a time for just cleaning out and getting ready for
Yeah.
the journey to either the longest day or the longest night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm sure, is there anything in there about like cleaning your doors, like
yeah.
putting, cleaning your doors with herbs can help. It's not just a cleaning. It is a cleaning. Obviously, I
But
need
it's
to
a
do
cleansing.
that. But it's a
A
cleansing.
cleansing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cleansing of negative energy, stagnant energy, and inviting in positivity, inviting in the light. Yeah.
I'm going to go home, rub lemon and sage on my door.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I like to do when it gets cool enough is just open up every window,
Right.
every door. Just let all the air come
I'll
through.
open up my one window.
You have a door as well. You can open your door.
The animals.
Get
Just
out.
guard the animals to where they don't
Poppy
get out.
already tried to
Pop-
dart out once.
She did try to dart out today. It was
Yeah.
a little scary.
Well,
It's been a long
You
time.
You can
Coming,
open your
but-
window.
you
The
could get
bathroom.
one of those like
Yeah,
bug
like a
screens.
screen.
Or
Yeah.
put her in the bathroom.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that too.
Poppy is our cat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Poppy's the cat.
Yeah.
Little kitty.
Another thing you could do is wine and beer tastings because wine and beer is like
Oh.
such a big
You don't got to ask me
yeah,
twice.
such a big
honey.
part
Jacob's
of every
like,
festival.
That
Right.
is my
Um,
type of thing.
Yeah,
He's like, I have
Because-
acquired it.
I have.
because those come from the fruits, comes from
In the
the
week.
From the
harvest.
harvest.
Yeah.
We should go.
Apple picking is another thing. I'm
Yes.
just going to throw that in there.
I wanna
because
pick some
y'all know I
apples.
love
Because
some
Marina wants
apples.
to go apple picking.
I do too. I want
apple
to do
picking
all
and
the
make
things.
some apple butter. I want to do this all in one
Ooh,
day.
we should have
Me
an
too.
apple. We should have an apple butter. Like
It's been a while
canning.
since I've made apple butter.
should do
I,
it.
Let's
I
go
do want to
pick
make
some
some.
And
apples.
can some.
Taste some wine and or beer, and make apple butter, and drink apple
Aren't there
cider.
some orchards in Gatlinburg area that have
Yeah.
wine tastings?
Yeah.
I don't
feel
know
like
about
you've
wine
been on a
tastings at
one-
the orchard.
You've been on a couple wine tastings out that way, haven't you?
No, I've done the moonshine tasting.
There
at
is-
Old
there is some
Smokies,
wine.
But
There's
there
like-
are some wine
yeah,
I
there's-
feel like
trails.
somebody I know
There
went
is
on
a
a
wine
date.
trail.
I did a date there.
I feel like somebody I know went on a date to the wine tasting.
We did a
Now I did a wine tasting at Biltmore years ago. That was for my 21st birthday. I did the wine and chocolate seminar, but no, like an
sounds
official
good.
wine tasting, I've not done because I really don't like that much wine. I like
The sweet
Mhm.
stuff.
I like my Stella
Same.
Rosa
Yeah.
and my Barefoot Moscato.
Yeah, so good.
So
So good.
Yeah.
We
We'll
should
find
do a
somebody.
cider
We'll do
tasting
that.
though.
I also
Wanna
want
do
to
it
share
all.
like some simmer pot recipes because y'all know I
yes.
love a simmer pot.
Mm.
When we go to our
Um,
house, sometimes it always smells like fall in a
Yeah.
pot.
All
Yeah.
in a pot.
I need to
So
get I need to get a new pot because mine I exploded it.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So there's one for inviting peace, harmony, and love. All the
Aw.
things, live, laugh, love, whatnot.
Yes, please.
And it's just 3 apple slices, a cinnamon stick, a tablespoon of allspice, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And I feel like that is
That
very little.
sounds
I
great.
always try to
Yeah.
drink it when I go over there too. I'm
Yeah,
like, can
he's
I have a
always
sip
trying
of
to
that?
drink
Try to
the
drink
simmer
it
And
all.
they're like, no. But it smells so good.
And then for prosperity, success, and wealth, you do a teaspoon of pumpkin spice, a cinnamon stick, a teaspoon of cloves, 2 orange slices, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract.
We should start doing simmer pots.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The one for prosperity and wealth.
Yeah.
Yes.
I need that too.
Can we have
that
like 2
together.
going on at once?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you can. A lot of the
Why
things are the
not?
same.
Yeah.
You could
Yeah.
probably just
Mix it all
toss it all in
together.
a pot.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there was another one that I found for protection and releasing negative energies. So when you've got your windows open and you're cleansing,
Yeah.
2 cinnamon sticks, a tablespoon of whole cloves, 2 orange slices, a lemon slice, 2 bay leaves.
I'll be doing that.
And you can, level it up with the bay leaves and write your intentions.
Oh.
And then a
Wow.
teaspoon of vanilla extract as well. And
Nice.
I'm sure
That
the
sounds
vanilla
amazing.
symbolizes something. I know it does. I just can't think of it right now.
No.
But
It's a very comforting smell.
It
Mhm.
is.
Mhm.
And taste.
yeah.
And then, of course, are you going to go into anything else with like the symbolism? I don't want to take your thunder.
No.
Okay. I'll do some stuff here. If
Yeah.
you are one that practices with a altar, this is a good time to decorate your altar for the autumn equinox. So some of the colors that represent this is the orange, brown, red, gold, yellow, just the colors that you'll see outside during this time. Some crystals, you can do amber. It's connected to warmth, light, and energy of the sun. Citrine is associated with abundance, prosperity, and self-confidence. Jasper symbolizes grounding, stability, and connection to the earth. And then, of course, obsidian, which is a protection stone, releasing of negative energy. So along with what Meg said with the simmer pots, some of the scents you can have going on in your house is cinnamon, which represents warmth, protection, and abundance. Clove is protection and banishment of negativity. Nutmeg symbolizes luck, prosperity, and spiritual awakening. And then frankincense represents purification, protection, and spiritual growth.
I also want to add with the obsidian. Obsidian is really good for enhancing or like calling on your psychic communication abilities. So if you are one who wants to commune or whatever with a certain deity, that's a really good one to have with you for that.
And then if you want to magnify that, you can also add a little clear quartz in, be like a little magnifier. So some more symbols you may see around this time are the cornucopia to signal prosperity. Cornucopia.
That's my new word.
Oh, good. Apples, scales to represent the balance, the Libra season. And wheat sheaves, which are representation of the harvest. Sheaves? Wheat sheaves?
Is it like chives?
No, like sheaves of wheat.
Oh, sheaves.
Yeah. So yeah, basically, I mean, it's just the time of cozy season is coming in.
It's my favorite season to have.
It's the start of our favorite season here.
Yes, cozy.
So, anything else that anybody has to offer about what are we gonna do?
We're gonna have
a Harry
We're
Potter
gonna have a Harry
marathon.
Potter marathon.
Well, we hope you guys learned something today.
We'll
Hope we provided some
I learned
information for
everything
you.
today
yeah, we'll share some pictures on our Instagram of some things that we do.
of the wheel.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
the wheel of the year.
Yeah, we'll put that in the mix as well. Hope you enjoy this lovely cozy time. Hope you get some good food, good time with friends, and remember the things that you're grateful for. Thank you for listening to Spirits at the Roundtable. You can send your questions or stories to spiritsattheroundtable@gmail.com.
And you can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Spirits of the Roundtable.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of our podcast. We'll catch you next time.
Thank you. Love you. Bye.